Yep. Is there any story behind it?
Well, it's one of those really heartfelt songs that for a long time I was actually a bit of a coward to put it out because it's been one of those songs that I wrote many years ago, but I've been refining it ever since. And I kind of think that this 2010 version is as close as I got to where I wanted the song to be. Because sometimes, the reality of it is certain songs come in 2 minutes and other songs come in a matter of 10 years. Some songs take a long time to develop until you go, yes, this is the way I want it. And some songs never even make it to that point. I'm still developing some songs that were ideas like over 15 years ago. So it just depends. But this is one of those ones that I always felt was really close to my heart, but I was a bit trepidatious to put it out at first because of this. I didn't want it to be conceived as being anti-patriotic. I come from the United States where there was a time a few years ago that if you didn't support the government and the government's decisions, then all of a sudden you supported something else, and you didn't support the troops, and which is couldn't be farther from the truth, especially from my point of view, because I played for so many of these guys right before they were going off to Iraq, when they had breaks on their tours of duty, come back, they'd come to an Alice Cooper rock show, or they'd come to a Roxie 77 show, just for entertainment. I actually played for these guys. And there was a couple of shows I played in Virginia at some right off the base camp. They had a couple rock clubs, and we would play there. And a week later, that some of these guys were going off to Iraq, and that was like their last Friday night out. And who knows if all of them came back. I hope they did. But so I felt really close to the troops when I wrote the song, and I tried to see it through their eyes. And it is a song about basically flying down from heaven and dropping into hell in a place that you don't really want to be. You don't want to be there anyway. Maybe, and yes, you're fighting for freedom, or yes, you're fighting for what somebody tells you you're fighting for, but at the end of the day, whose position is it to play God? And I don't know if it's any of our positions to say we're God, or to act like we're God, or to take those decisions. And I think it's a pretty hard decision to take another person's life. And I feel a lot for these guys that have had to go through that.
Yeah, I agree totally.
It's not one of my lighter songs, let's be honest.
It's not a cheerful one.
Well, it's like I think about it but it is. It's not that it's not hopeful, because it is hopeful. Because I want there to always be that is sort of a tying thing about my songs, is that I try to tie in a sense of hope, because I don't want there to be hope. There's enough hopelessness and there's enough darkness going on in the world today. The music that I write, for the most part, is supposed to be 3 minutes and 30 seconds to take you away and take you to another place. But there's certain songs like this that'll hopefully take you to a place where you think about something for a second and maybe come up with a solution yourself. And if you come up with a solution yourself, or you come up, with some sort of idea of how to change things, then the song has done its magic, and that's what it's about.
What sort of feedback have you received from it so far?
So far, the positivity, everybody's response has been, they actually appreciate the fact that it was just me and an acoustic guitar singing a heartfelt song with some lyrics that made them think. And it's one of those things where people have started to take it upon themselves to promote the song and tell their friends, and it's exactly what I wanted. It was exactly the goal of the song, is for this to be one of those songs that maybe it catches on, not like right away, but builds up into something that 6 months, a year, 2 years from now, people will regard the song as something that was important. because I really do think it's an important song, and I don't usually talk about Roxy 77 songs so important, because I'm realistic to know that at the end of the day we're entertainers, and if we take ourselves too seriously, we start to get too political, then nobody else takes us seriously. So I tread lightly on the fact that I think it's an important song, because at the end of the day, hey, if it was different lyrics that regarded something else, I still think it would be sort of a nice melody and a catchy pop song.